Hey everyone, it's Angelo Christian with another great edition of Learning Hub. And every week we come out with one of my book reviews that I do. I love to read and I love to learn. And I love to release the information, disseminate it, get it out to the world to let everyone know what I've learned about. And this is an awesome book that actually was recommended by Tony Robbins, who's one of my heroes and one of the people that helped to shape and change my life. It's Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Phenomenal book. I highly recommend that you get out there and you read this book, either on the audio or you could do Kindle or just the paperback. But it's an incredible book. One of my favorites. Really helped me a lot when I grew up. When I was younger, I don't know if you guys know my story. I was 400 pounds. Had a 56-inch waist, 5X T-shirt. Very morbidly obese, fat. Had a heart attack when I was 17 years old. And broke and poor and living on the streets of Houston, and stumbled across Tony Robbins, and also picked up this book. And so I wanted to come out to get it out to you guys, to share it with you, because it has some very powerful messages in there that can maybe help you with your life depending on where you're at or what's going on. Because I always believe that you can change your situation. It doesn't matter what happens to you. The only thing that matters is how you respond to it and how you deal with it and the way that you look at it, okay? And that's what the basis of this book is about. So I want to go right into and talk about, it's a short read, probably takes about 3 or 4 hours to go through, but some of the key takeaways that I got out of it. It may help you guys depending on where you're at in your life. So Viktor Frankl, it's a true story of his life, and basically it happened, he was locked up in Auschwitz in Germany at the time of the World War under Hitler in the concentration camp, and he actually survived and made it through that insane time. Unfortunately, he lost his whole family to the gas chamber, his wife and his parents, and it was a really tragic, and he saw thousands of people lose their life that way. And so the thing that there's some very strong takeaways that I got out of this book, and it helped me when I was extremely overweight to deal with it and cope with it, and when I was broke and didn't have any money, and to where I'm at today. And I always go back to this, what I learned from Tony Robbins and Viktor Frankl. So Man's Search for Meaning. The first thing that the biggest takeaway that I got out of it that's very powerful is that in life you have to find your purpose, okay? You really have to find, why are you here? Why are you here on this earth? Okay, you have to really get to the base of that to see, what are you here to do? And for some people, for me, it's to help and change and shape and motivate people's lives, to help them to become, the best version of themselves. Either that's if they come and work for my company, or we give them a loan to buy a house, or it's to help them with their credit to buy a home or to refinance. For you, it could be that you're a mother, like my wife. I ask her, why are you here? And she says, I'm here to take care of my children and enjoy life and have a great life, But you really have to spend a lot of time, and I talk about this a lot, and a lot of the great philosophers talk about, know thyself. You have to see what is your reason to live, okay? Everyone has a reason, and it may take you time to find that. And I highly recommend that you spend time in a room alone without any distractions or devices to really search yourself to find, why are you here? What are you doing here? What do you want to do? And we talk about using the regret minimization process, to look at your life from, zoom out and zoom in when you're 80 or 90 years old, and what did you want to accomplish in your lifetime? What did you want to do? And so you have to really spend a lot of time, I believe, in creating a vision for your life. And what are you doing here? What's that vision that you're trying to realize? Like Walt Disney was to build Disney World. My dream is to build a multi-billion-dollar, lending company, and manage a hedge fund. an investment fund for my clients and for my, for my family, and to help people to shape and change their lives. What's your vision? What are you going after? What's your dream? And you have to make sure that when you have that dream, that every single day that you're embodying that and you're getting closer and closer to those steps to get there. You don't have to accept where you are right now. You don't have to accept your past. You don't have to live your life in a rearview mirror. Your past doesn't equal your future. You can do whatever you want to do in your life. Okay? And I'm a living testament of that. If accepting your fate was true, then I would be dead a long time ago, right? I would have ate myself to death, or who knows? I was hanging around a bad crowd of kids. I could have been lost in drugs. I don't know, but you don't have to do. You can change, and that's what Viktor's talking about. That he made it through the camps and lived, and he talks about that when you have a reason to live, and they go into a few of the case studies that that people that have a reason to live, and I can, this is living proof. I'll give you an example. My mother passed away in 2012 from breast cancer, and she was very, very ill, very sick. She refused to take medication because she was a very religious person and thought that the medication was not part of her beliefs. And one of my family members actually wasn't able to see her when she was sick, my brother and actually my sister. So she was passing away, and on her deathbed, they were flying down to come and see her, and they were overseas, out of town. And she basically refused to die until she saw them that one last time. She said, I'm not going to leave this earth and pass away until I see my babies, until I see my kids. Okay? And Viktor talks about that in this book a lot, that when somebody has a reason to live, that will supersede death. If you have a reason to keep going, if you have a great purpose, then you can plow through anything. Right? And you see this all the time. You saw this with Arnold Schwarzenegger, had a magnificent dream, a purpose to accomplish something. You saw this with Steve Jobs. They had this dream in their mind, and they had to realize that. And they can't, because of that, they have something, a will to keep going. They have a will to keep pushing, to keep going, right? And I think that's a very, very powerful thing. You have to find, what are you doing on this earth? Why are you here? Why are you here? And you have to first figure that out, because then how the actions, your movement, everything you do is going to be in sync with that. But if you don't know why you're here, then you're going to be walking in confusion and ambiguity. You're going to be lost. You're going to be out of rhythm, and then social controls can step in and take over, and then run your life. Social media, people in your life, your girlfriend, your mom, your brother. So you have to know why you're here, and then go after it, right? And you have to have a vision, a dream of the future. So that's one of the big takeaways, and I think it's very powerful. I struggled this for a long time, didn't know why I was here, what I was supposed to be doing. Okay, and I know that a lot of people, millions of people, they leave this earth and they don't know why they're here. And you have to know why you're here. And what are you going to do? Why, what is your plan? Right? So that's a very, very powerful thing that I think that's absolutely essential for your life, for you to move, is to discover that, your purpose. And that's your reason to live. And if you do that, you can keep going despite the conditions. And that goes on to the next big takeaway here. That one thing that, this is from the book here that Viktor talks about. He says, when we are no longer able to change a situation, well then, we're challenged to change ourselves. Okay, so let's think about what that means. He's saying that we have the freedom to choose the meaning. You always hear this all the time. Maybe your coach told you this, maybe your parents told you this. Hey, fix your attitude. You can choose your attitude. You can choose with how things mean. This is what this is saying here. When you change the meaning, then that equals life changes. When you change the meaning to a situation, then the life changes. See, change meaning equals life changes. See, when you're no longer able to change your situation, you can't change a lot of situations in your life. But what you can do is you can choose how you respond to it and what it means to you. And this is probably one of the biggest principles for shaping my life today, is this right here. Because when I was morbidly obese, I was living to eat, right? You're living to eat. It's all about what are you going to eat today, how much can you eat, right? That's what the meaning was of food to me, right? Living to eat. You're literally living every single day about what you're going to eat, right? And I had to change the meaning of how I looked at food from living to eat, that, you have to eat to live, okay? Instead of living to eat, that trying to eat as much as I can, and what's how much can I eat, and the best restaurants and the best donuts and the best cakes and the best, pizza. No, it's you have to eat to live. And I changed the meaning. When I changed that meaning, my life changed. I lost over 200 pounds, went from a 56-inch waist down to a 32-inch waist, and be able to wear nice clothes because I changed the meaning. Okay? When my mother passed away, I was first very upset, blamed myself for not looking after her better, not helping her enough, not forcing her to go to MD Anderson to get the chemotherapy, to get the surgery. We blamed everybody in the family. It was their fault, not making her quit smoking. And then I realized that I was making me very depressed. And I was very angry with myself, very angry with my brothers and my sisters, because I kind of felt that we did it on to her. We made her get sick, right? And I realized one day that, is there a different meaning that I can think about for her passing? And, when she got the cancer, she already had it for 2 years, and she didn't believe in going to doctors, okay? And so she waited 2 years to get a mammogram, and then discovered that she had a stage 4 breast cancer. And by that time, it was already too late, right? It was already too late for her because it already had metastasized, it spread, and became chronic. And so, there was no way to cure it. And she refused to get the surgery, even though the doctors urged her to, and even though we had asked her to and really, pushed her to try and do it, she refused it. And so, as you know, if you've ever seen anyone pass away from cancer, it grows like wildfire and it takes over, right? And she died shortly after that. But the lesson, the meaning that I decided that I wanted to think about her passing was a lesson on you always have to take care of your health. And you have to be proactive and go to your checkups, go to your physical, get your examinations. Because if you catch cancer early enough, you can get rid of it. Okay, my father-in-law was diagnosed with cancer. He always goes to his checkups. He had prostate cancer, and he got the surgery, and he quickly, got rid of it. He was fine. Nothing happened. He's been in remission ever since, right? Because he was proactive and he got in front of it. Okay, he didn't push it off and sweep it under the rug and pretend it wasn't there. Like my mom knew the lump was in her breast for years. Okay, and she didn't do anything about it. So instead of blaming myself and being in misery and being depressed, I changed the meaning. And that's what Victor's talking about. If you can change the meaning of something to get to where you want to go, to get to the other side, then your life will change. Okay, you can change your life, and you can get the life that you want by controlling your mind and controlling your focus and deciding what things mean. Is it the beginning or is it the end? And you see this all the time in life with people. Some of the great, he made it through and survived and was able to write this great book that tens of millions of people have read to help to change their lives. Okay? That was the meaning he gave to him being locked up in that prison camp. That one day he was going to come out and share the message. And you've seen this all over in history with great leaders, great inspirational people that have changed our world, changed everything in our life. So these are the two things. If you can rewire your mind and change the meaning of something, your life will change. It will get better. And you can decide what things mean. You don't have to accept your past or be in misery or be depressed. You can change the meaning of your life at any time. And that's the power of the gift that God gave us with our mind, how powerful our mind is. It's not like a dog or a tree that has to accept whatever it is. You can change your life at any time. If you're not happy with where you are, you can change it. So those are the main things that I wanted to share with you guys today with this phenomenal book. I love to read. I hope that you guys enjoyed this, the lesson, and got some great information out of it to help your life so you can get better, so you can have a great purpose and control your mind to take you on the vision of your dream or where you want to go. So please share this with any people that you think that would help them in their life. Follow us on our Instagram, our Facebook, our YouTube. We love to produce great content, educate and change people, empower them with our show here, Learning Hub. Click on the bell. There's a little bell on YouTube to get new notifications of new books that I'm going to be doing reviews on. My name is Angelo Christian. I've been in the financial industry for over 15 years, helped tens of thousands of people with accomplishing their financial goals with investment management, lending, credit, and I'd love to help you if I can in any way. Call us at 281-817-HOME if we can help you with any financial services that we offer, whether you're trying to buy a house, buy an apartment complex, refinance your business, refinance your house to get out of debt, a reverse mortgage. You're looking to have someone help you with investing your funds with our investment management side. Anything that we can do to help you to take your life, or coaching. If you have a company, you'd love to have me come and coach with you. That's what we specialize. That's what we do here. So thank you for checking us out. My name is Angelo Christian. Take care and peace out. Bye-bye.